We are in Massachusetts today. I don't know what it is. Whatever cemetery I go to in the last week or around in New England, there's like crotch rocket motorcycles going by. All good. Dead good walks. How you doing? You're first up to bat. Hello from New England. I'm in Massachusetts right now. Jayhawk Mike is in. What's going on, buddy? Are you wearing the Jayhawk colors? Cheryl D's here. Hello, Cheryl. How are you doing? Cheryl, you are going to love some of the episodes coming up. You all are really going to love it. Out of 300 some recommendations, maybe more, over the last 6 months, I have boiled down to the top 20. Hey, Susan, Lee, Donna, Debbie's here. Space Bears is here. Joy's here. Raindrop H. Aaron, Tree Annie, Miles High. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. What's going on? Ashley Michelle. Randy Landry, I think it is. Angela Woodham. How are you? Yeah, we're in Massachusetts. I'm at a Catholic cemetery. Now, I've done some really old cemeteries, 1600s, 1700s, the oldest. Not Spanish, not I found older. And up in Maine, all the way down, let's see, it was Maine, then it was Vermont, New Hampshire, name the states, you know, all the states, down to Connecticut, around to Rhode Island, Massachusetts, of course. What did I forget? I think that's it. I think I forgot one. But anyway, I hit all the states, got 20 stories in, and I am done. Evan C says, you're in my state. Are you in Boston? I'm not far from Boston here. And yeah, all my work is finished as of this morning. Man, I put a lot of work in because, you know, I'm looking at it as always as quality versus quantity. And I really like get into, like, I'll only do one episode a day, 2 max. A lot of research and work into it. But I think you guys are going to like it. I got some really crazy, intriguing stuff. Sheila Elaine Sunshine is here. And so is the jet traffic and the helicopters and anywhere, I swear. Okay, so I'm at the biggest cemetery that you can find. I am trying to do an introduction this morning. It's 7 a.m. They just opened, no one's there, and I took 32 takes to do a 2-minute introduction to an episode because of the noise. Whether it was somebody screaming, talking, or a car, a group of cars, a helicopter, a jet. You know, cemeteries are the most quiet places, and they're not. And then you got to add in the weed whackers and the lawnmowers, right? So we got a little wind today. We're going to take a walk. It's a Catholic cemetery. I haven't seen a cemetery like this. I think you guys are going to really like it because it's super Catholic, number one. Let me just tell you. And what do I mean by that is we've got gravestones and huge monuments crammed together. Reminds me of Mount Carmel, except take 2 Mount Carmels, like in Chicago, and put them over each other, where all of these giant tombstones are like. But there's no oval pictures, I don't think. But in place of that, we're going to see some, and let's start walking. You're going to see some statuary and a lot of like sculptures of people. All right, so I'm going to flip this thing around so you can see this amazing place. Hopefully we keep with a good signal and just look across. Hey, Edith from Brooklyn, how you doing? Yeah, if I'm breaking up, I'm breaking up. There's nothing that I can do. It's the signal. It's going to come and go. I should have decent bars here, but if it gets really bad, let me know. And then I will figure something out. But look at all of these. By the way, happy birthday to Alice. Alice, our moderator's birthday today. How you doing? What are you doing today, Alice? Sandra, thanks for the $5 and thanks for the nice comments I always see from you. Another one or two today I saw. Natalie Bradley from Cleveland. So check all these monuments. We're gonna see a lot of these. And actually, you know, at first blush, when you come in here or driving by, you're like, oh, that doesn't look so interesting. But it actually, driving around through here, there's some really amazing stones. How's the picture, guys? Are we okay? Alice is 27, or are you 28 years old? Is today 28th or 27th birthday? I couldn't remember. So we got we're gonna start up here on Mausoleum Road. Mausoleum Row. Let's just take a look. I haven't scouted any of this out. It looks like these things are well cared for. Glass polished clean. I don't think I've seen mausoleums as in good shape as this ever. You're gonna see a lot of statuary today. I should call this episode Statuary Over. Wait till we get into it. Very hot here, but the humidity is not as bad today. Now, interestingly, these mausoleums all look exactly the same. Of course, as you go back here, it kind of looks like the more modern, the later deaths, the later mausoleums are in the back row, which makes sense, right? You get here early, then you get, there's 3 rows. You get here early, you get front row. I don't think anyone was wishing for that. Warning from New Zealand. Andrew Duckworth, what's going on? How's it in New Zealand? What time is it there? And what's the weather like? Really be interested. I really hope we have a good picture, because this is, Amanda, how's the picture? Is it better? I feel like it's breaking up a little bit. Tree Annie, 20 bucks, thank you. I'm hoping we're gonna be okay with the signal. It's okay? Oh, awesome, awesome. Now we're gonna see a lot of statues of saints. Boy, I can't talk today. Of saints. So this cemetery is in Massachusetts. Yes, Patty, it is. And if anyone knows, please don't say what it is. I don't really wanna get a location here yet. At the end, I'll tell everybody where I'm at. But what I was saying is there's a lot of, so of course, saints, Christ, we're gonna see a lot of that here, but we're also gonna see some really neat sculptures of people. In fact, there's one coming up right now. Beautiful day here, huh? Rhubarb, how you doing? Hey, I did an episode yesterday with Tommy the cat. Tommy the cat with a suggested story. Look at this guy. This is Fusco. His name is Fusco. So let's get a look at him. In California by San Francisco. Yeah, it's always not there. Almost. Yeah, Alice, you're really gonna like this. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, nah, and then I started driving through it, and this is really different. I've not seen a cemetery like this where, you know, let me just give you another view here. They're just, I don't know if you can tell if it shows, but look at how these, you know, it's massive monuments, literally a foot apart. This would be a cool place to spend a lot more time. We'll get as much in as we can today, but it is a beautiful cemetery right in the pine trees here. Here's another one. And this guy is holding like a diploma. Now this is a lot of Italian here, and I'm surprised there are no ovals, no pictures. I haven't seen any. Romano. Dominique. This is Dominique Romano. Yeah, if the signal's coming out, there's nothing we can do. That's the, I hope it comes in, because we're gonna see a lot of interesting stuff here. The wind's gonna be coming in and out. Yeah, Sandra, isn't that cool? Yeah, I'm sorry, the audio, there's nothing I can do. It is what it is. Technology, right? Gotta love it. If it gets really bad, let me know. Like, it's gonna get bad in and out, but if it gets really bad, then we'll kill it. Like if it doesn't, oh, it's a husband and wife. Yes. Husband and wife over here. Let's see. Aren't these statues amazing? Still a great walk. Oh, I'm so disappointed if the picture isn't good. So let's see, I won't I'm not gonna try to pronounce that, but look at that picture. Look at that, those sculptures. Isn't that wild? So just imagine these people had this done maybe from pictures after they died or while they were still alive. I know, right? Rhubarb, I've never seen anything like this with so many statues. You know, that's the thing. When you go to these cemeteries, they're all like they have their own fingerprints. But for a Catholic cemetery, usually you're going to see, you know, the saints or the Christ or the Mary, but not, you know, at Mount Carmel, you might find 3 or 4 of these. Another husband and wife. Isn't this amazing? This is Amelia. Karate. So they died like in the 40s, the 1940s. Yes, they have, John. They're packed in tight here. Look at this view again. I've never seen a cemetery and I'm always looking for something unique. I'm not always going to find it for you guys, but oh, definitely Italian, a lot of Italian and some Irish, you know, all the Catholics, Irish Catholic, Italian. I don't really see many I see a lot of Italian names. Oh my gosh, you guys, I hope we have a good picture. Wait till you see what I just spotted. I have never seen anything like this. Holy caramba. Look at this sculpture's bust. Beautiful woman. Oh my gosh, tell me the picture, okay? Look at that. It's like a movie star. Wow. Have you ever seen anything like that? That's what I'm talking about, guys. There are these are all over the cemetery. Look at the hairstyle, right out of the 40s, right? Look at that. I can't get over this. This is beautiful, and it's made of granite. How did they do this? Let's look inside. So, I think her name was Lisa, and I don't know if that's going to come in, but I see 1916 to 1944. Oh, and look up here, there's a couple of pictures. Gosh, I hope this comes in. I don't know if this is going to come in. There's just so much reflection. Can you guys see? There's a picture of a husband and wife. Oh, there's a picture of her, you guys, but there's all the leaves on it. I don't think this is going to turn out. Oh my gosh, do you see it? There is a picture of her. I've got to get this. I can't see, there's so many comments coming through, but anyway, there is a picture of that woman, and I'll try to zoom in. And unfortunately, the leaves fell over the picture. Wow, that's got to be her, right? She's got to be on Find a Grave. So let's see what we got here. Lisa. Vincenzo, the father is Vincenzo, 1885, 1967, and the name, just the name. So somebody looked this up. So she died right near the end of World War II as the Allies were starting to win. What was her story? It's so exciting for me. You know, you're walking along and you just never know what you're going to find. All right, I'm going to have to get the shade because this phone just went dark. I can't see your comments anymore. I hope we have a good picture. How's the picture, guys? Audio not so good? Yeah, sorry. I hope this isn't a bust of a live stream. You know, so I'm in Boston actually, and you would think they have a good signal here. That's true, Wanda. Every cemetery has its own style, right? All right, let's go out. Let us go out into the corral. Like, this is overwhelming, stepping out here. Now, I'm in the sun. Unfortunately, I can't see comments. But I'll just trust. Let me go over here where I get in the shade, at least for a little while. Boy, I really want to go out in the middle, though. We got to end up out there. Can you believe all these huge monuments? And every monument is completely different. Every monument is completely different. Look at this. Ruth says, where's your umbrella? Come on, I'm not gonna use an umbrella. That's so funny. Where's your umbrella? You're cute. I'm not gonna take an umbrella. Good Lord. I like the sun, so it's okay to get a little sun. Just don't overdo it. All right, look at this. Giuseppe Cecchini. We have another relief, not a full sculpture, but a relief carving. You want to take a look? Let's duck back into the sunlight here. So he was born in 1890 and he died in 1929. So he was not that old at all. There's a picture of the inscriptions. You can see that. And there's more. I've got to I have to tell you, this is like overwhelming. There's so much to look at here. You know, I'm usually after the oval pictures and just kind of focused on that. And, you know, the statues of the saints, you know, there's some dramatic, interesting ones, but I'm not as intrigued with that, but this place is amazing. There's American flags down all over the place here. So, oh my gosh, the ground is like concrete. All right, let's get back in the shade. So what do you guys think? We have a picture. Are we good? There's no room to turn over in your grave, John says. I love that. You weren't kidding. Why is everyone so close together? Well, I'll tell you, this is normal. And if you haven't watched the channel, I'll tell you that the vaults are buried literally a ½ inch apart in cemeteries, especially in family plots. But typically they are about an inch apart. They're almost touching. And that's normal. But what is not normal is that we have so many large monuments for like everybody. And that's why this looks like this place packed. But this is no different underground than any other cemetery. It is completely different above ground. Let's cut across here. We have a veteran. Ooh, that's a giant oval. We have struck luck. That is okay, this is officially the biggest oval that I have ever seen. It is measuring 12 inches. Oh, and it's the same guy, the Dido. Frank Troost, you got to help us with that someday. DEDO, that's what I see at Mount Carmel. So this Dido must have been a national company. Thomas Mastro Domenico, 1888 to 1925, Battery D, 55th Artillery. Wow, wow, Civil War vet, right? Civil War. Look at this. Boy, I'm so glad I came here. I hope the picture's looking all right, because we've got a lot to look at here. We have a lot to see. A lot more to see like that. Oh, I see another picture. I see another porcelain, I think. Yeah. You know that the Italians, gotta be, yes, the Italians, the Curry. (1887 to 1925). Not such a good picture, but the porcelain's in pretty good shape. Oh, and look at that. Let's go see that guy, young guy. Let's sneak over here. That is a young man, Francis Sharon. He looks like he's about 18 right there. It says, in memory of my beloved husband and dear father, 1885, Luigi died in 1929. I'm guessing this might be Francis, 1912 to 1949. I'll bet that's who that is. And the scale of that is, it's a little larger than human scale, not much larger. Oh, here's another one. Raphael is here. Look at that. Now this is in granite. This will last forever. Look at that mustache, everyone. Handsome guy. 1882 to 1925. Only in Boston, right? Boy, I want to come back here. I looked up famous people. There's only one famous person. It's kind of an obscure actress. So nobody really famous here to speak of. Morello. Good morning from South Carolina. How you doing? Thank you. Thank you for the compliment on us doing amazing work. Yeah, we're having an intriguing time here with this channel, I'll tell you. Hello from Texas. How are you? Is it hot down there? Is it as hot in Texas as it is here in Boston? Massachusetts. Thank you. Hello. Who is that? Kelly. Uh-oh, hold on. I better not push too many buttons here. All right, let's go to another couple of rows down and see what we can see here. We're not going to be able to see anything, but I'm kind of, oh, okay, I'm just saying, I'm kind of looking for these sculptures or reliefs, and here's another one. Emma. Last name Emma? No, first name Emma. I don't know. The name says Emma, and then on the bottom, Emma. What's up with that, guys? So it's like first name, everybody has the same first name. What am I missing here? So Is this Polish or Czech? I'm guessing. He looks like Eastern Bloc. I don't know. And that last name, or that name, it's not, definitely not Italian. And then out of all of these granite stones, we have an old marble, Ferrigno, Silvestro, 1863 to 1924. Don't you love these Gothic type of stones? They almost look medieval, don't they? Look at that. And the cross, this whole thing just reminds me of the Crusades. You know, Gothic era, the Knights of the Round Table. What else can we see here? I'm looking across other rows. I mean, let me just show you this real quick and we'll bounce back, but it's just a beautiful sculpture. Look at this. This is just amazing work. Isn't that amazing? All in marble. Wow, this is a little bit overwhelming in a good way, I have to tell you. Looks like a city. It is a city of the dead, right? As they say. This is definitely a city. But as I'm walking down the center of this aisle, just imagine underground, touching side by side, all the vaults are touching, left and right, and we're walking down. Imagine if you were down there, there's an aisle that we're walking, and if you were to walk here, it's you can't help but step on graves because they're touching side by side. 30 inches is the number. 30 inches is the number, and there's no way you can avoid it. You know, when I started the channel, I would say, oh, don't step on graves. I don't want to do that, but it can't be avoided. And the story I did yesterday at another Catholic cemetery of a victim, a murder victim, they were unmarked, and the whole area where they were unmarked graves, I wouldn't have thought there was anybody. But they're all unmarked. Now, let's see, we gotta look for some more faces. Some more reliefs. Man, oh man, oh man. It's kind of tough. Just keep that with me. I'll just keep that. A lot of flags down here. All right, let's see what we got over here. Is the picture okay, you guys? Rhubarb tries not to step on graves. I think it's, I think it's all in the intent. But you can't help it. You don't even know it, you're stepping on graves. That's what I have learned with experience doing this, from learning how things work and what's really going on. The people are buried all over the place. Let's see here. Oh, I see a marble husband and wife. A marble bust. There seems to be a number of them that are joined, husband and wife. They're probably all done by the same sculptor, huh? Wouldn't you think? Look at this. And they're all, boy, they're so real. Like it could go on, right? That is so spooky. Look at the cheekbones on that man. Just so distinctive. Now that is lifelike. That is absolutely exactly human scale. It's almost a little frightening. I gotta tell you. Like that. Ooh, that's a little frightening. I don't know. You know, the face melted away. There's another one. There's a young man up ahead. A young man with curly hair. They're also unique. This is Rocco Romano. He passed in, looks like August of 1925. I'm guessing he was 16 years old. How sad, huh? A lot of lichen on there. But of course, this is all granite. Nothing's gonna hurt this. There. That's a better look at Rocco. What was Rocco's story? What's this? What do you suppose that is, you guys? Looks like a string and a button of some kind. Here's his pocket. There's a handkerchief, I think. But what is that? I've never seen anything like that. Look at the tie. Look at the shirt, the way the collar comes. Late 1800s era. This very piece of work. Boy, that other one we just saw, white marble, I'm still thinking about that. That could have come to life for me. Angels. It's very serene here. There's a little bit of a breeze. The sky is sunny, but there's like a haze. I wish I could see what you guys were chatting, but my screen, you know, it's 90. I think it's in the upper 80s here. And the phone, to conserve, you know, so it doesn't overheat, it takes the display and everything goes dark. Plus, you know, I'm right out in the sunlight, pretty intense. Look at this one. Wow, that is beautiful, huh? I will go back and review, guys. I'll see everything you wrote, okay? But I can't, unfortunately. I'm gonna get back in the shade in a couple minutes, I think. But I'm just trying to catch anything interesting. I mean, it's all interesting, but I'm looking for the actual, oh, every time I say that, I see something. I see a full statue. How about that woman back there at the Mausoleum from the 1940s? 1944 she passed. I can't get over that. Let's see what. So right over here, there's one. The back, you see the back of the man? Let's go see. What's interesting is his lower part of his body is unfinished. And I'm guessing that was done on purpose. Do you see his right leg is just rough granite? Isn't that interesting? Look at that. Let's come around and have a look. Yeah, oh, actually it's just like a backer. It's the backdrop. And look at from the quarry and the sculptor. See the holes where they drill and chip the stone away? Can you see that, hopefully? Look at that mustache, very much in style at the time. Yeah, that is interesting. A little detail on the shoe here. Look at the little dots, right? The little style. It's kind of a simple looking shoe with a little bit of style. So many statues of saints. Yes, kudos to the sculptors. there's some real talent. Yeah, you don't see this at the Catholic cemeteries, at least in Chicago or any other place that I've seen. I've never seen this kind of a cemetery like this. Now here's a bunch. Okay, now we're coming into some really interesting things here. There's a couple of more busts. There's a relief. There's a couple of reliefs to look at. Oh, it's just, I wish you guys were here, like we were standing here, like doing this walk. I mean, when I'm finished with this live, I'm gonna just walk by myself. Look at that. So this is 1863 to 1949, Del Russo. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Constantino. Connie, so a little girl. Look at that. Oh, is that precious and sad. December 14th, 1922 to March 24th, 1925. Oh, just over 3 years old, right? Try to get a view there of little Connie for you. Wow, what a sculptor, huh? Too bad there's all that lichen and stuff on there. I can't, it's at about 9 feet high. I can't get up there to get that off unless I had a ladder. And look at this over here. Ooh, this is something else. What's going on with the altar boy? That has to be a real person. Huh? This has to be a real person. You know, I almost don't want to knock this off. It looks like a clamshell. Look at the detail on this. It's unbelievable. So you have the crucifix. He's got a bow. Look at the collar. Actually, this is the collar here. And he's got some type of a necklace here. Of course, he's got a very sorrowful look. And of course we can tell he's an altar boy by this detailing here. Look at that all the way to the floor. The buttons, the gown. And then the father, Luigi, he's on top here. You guys see, is the picture okay? I'm always asking, keep me, yeah, there could be a rosary, right? Again, this gentleman has the same type of thing in his pocket, in his breast pocket. Look at his tie. I think that's probably, you have to imagine these were taken from pictures in life, of course, right? I mean, they didn't sit down for these sculptures, I'm guessing. And there's a shot of the inscriptions. So Luigi, 1879 to 1928, and you can go down the line. And I'm looking for the boy. I don't see an inscription. There's new inscriptions on the bottom, but maybe this altar boy is not not one of the family. Maybe it's just a stock statue. Although it looks, doesn't look like a stock statue. Oh, and as I look past him, look at this. Now this one is marble and totally melting away. Giovanni. You can still see his likeness, but melting away. Look at all these. How much money did people spend? And like I said, I've said it before, I've never seen so many close together. Look at, here's another one of a woman. It's striking. Olympia Bramante. She lived from 1901 only till 1926. June 24th, and she died on July, so she did make it to 25 years old. Oops, sorry about that. Look at that. Look at the hairstyle. That is right out of the Roaring 20s, guys. The Roaring 20s. You think the boy is part of the family buried there? But yeah, you think it's a symbol? Yeah, I think you're right. Well, there was no inscription. There was no inscription, so it's got to be. But boy, it didn't look like a stock statue, did it? It looked to me like, you know, like it was taken, well, maybe it was modeled after a real altar boy, and but it's not something that you can reproduce back in those days. It's not like coming from a mold. Oh, here's another relief. This one is rather subtle. Gilardi. All right, guys, let's see what's over here. Oh, look at this amazing sculpture. I keep saying it, but this is... I see someone sent some... Sorry, my screen is black. I will review the rerun, and I thank you for the donations, but I cannot read the screen because I'm in up 80s here in the sun, and the screen goes black. So this is a sarcophagus with a crucifix and a maiden in sorrow. Oh, here's another relief. You know, so we just did this side right here. So that's one section. We just did one section. And as I spin around, I'll give you a quick look. Here's another couple. Private Vincente Catalillo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that, but he passed. Enlisted May 1st, 1917. He was killed in action in France on May 27th, 1918. Well, thank you for your service. A young Italian man who paid his love for the country, for our country. World War I. And I'm sure the sad father losing his son. I don't see any gravestones here, so I don't know. Mother, we don't know, but I'm sure it's in the records here. Let's see, this side looks like, we'll take a quick look on this side. Oh my gosh, look what's coming up. Another veteran, definitely. This is a full statue. Look at this, wow. All out of, I think that's granite. It's unbelievable. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but Anthony died in action in France. Here's the description. Let's start with that. I'm grave. In 1924, so World War II vet. Died November 6, 1944. He was Private First Class U.S. Army, 263, 3rd Infantry. Died in action in France. And the parents passed, Dad in 1950 and Mom, Maria, in 1970. What a picture. And look at the insignia, the medal. He must have won a medal, huh? See that? Look at that. Boy, I hope this video turns out all right. You know, we have a spotty signal here, but there's just a lot of good stuff to see. Now, if I come back here, I'm I'll tell you what, I'm going to tomorrow. I'm going to look at this, and I want to see what you all wrote tonight. But tomorrow, if it doesn't turn so clear, I'm going to come back with the 4K, the cinematic camera, and get all of that for you guys. All right. So I have a lot less going on. So let's head for the shade, because I'm getting soaked here. It's a hard day. Prayers for the folks in Eastern Kentucky. I'm sad to hear about that. I've been watching and following it on the news. There have been many killed, including children. A lot of children lost their life. I mean, it's terrible. So let's all send prayers to those folks. We can get through it. Kentucky, a beautiful state. I've done a few episodes in Kentucky. The mountains, nice people. This is Alfred. He died in '56. 18 years old, right? He died. He was born in 1938. So he was probably a senior in high school. How did he lose his life? Can anyone find out? Deb, are you watching? I'd be curious to know. I'll post it. I'll post it if we can find what happened to Alfred F. Botti Jr. I'm sure in Ancestry we can find some info. All right, I'm getting in the shade, guys. And then I can maybe read what some of the stuff you're writing. Yeah, it does look like Houdini. I agree. Oh, here are some more busts on the top of... There's some more sculptures, interesting sculptures. Let's go down this aisle too. And what's great is in the shade. I also see two reliefs. One fell out. Dido stands for the J.A. Douche Company Park. Thanks, Vince. Thank you. I kind of thought you were out of our area. Oak Park is by Hillside. Hillside is where Mount Carmel is. Amanda says, I can't believe how crowded it is. Well, as I was explaining before, it's not any more crowded than any other cemetery as far as what's going on underground. It's no different. The only difference here is the monuments. Everybody got a big monument. Now, and every row, and the rows are... Now look at this. This is a veteran. Looks like World War I. Look at that. This place, yeah, Heather. Yeah, Ron. I mean, this is amazing. I think there would be... I didn't think this would be very interesting. Here's the inscription. It says 1887 to 1924. So not killed in action. Unless he was in the service somewhere, peacekeeping. Here's an interesting Celtic cross with carvings from top to bottom of saints, it looks like. Again, I've never seen anything like that. There's so many things I'm seeing here that I've never seen before. And that's what makes this intriguing. And by the way, my English dialect, I can call this Celtic. Did you know that in the late 1800s, even by the Europeans in England, it was called Celtic, and they changed it? In the early 1900s, I think in the 1930s or 40s, they went over to Celtic, and that is actually why it was called Boston Celtics, the basketball team, because it was before, it took decades to kind of change over to Celtic. some interesting trivia there, but people make the way I say Devon. I know in England, if you're English, you say Devon, but in this country, we pronounce it as Devon. So please respect my dialect, and I will respect yours, but I'm not going to change my accent. It's too late in life for that. Old dog can't learn new tricks. That's me. I learned a few new tricks. Now this is sad. Look at, we've got the mother on the ground. Somebody to repair it. These are marble, and they're, you know, the problem is that they're just glued in, and that is only going to hold up. Here's a good example. It needs to have some type of bolt. Now, one of the episode that you're going to see tonight on Big Jim Fisk, those of you who are going to watch, you will see at the end there was a big hole like this. His relief, his is gone, but there was a big metal bolt coming out, and that's what really, you know, along with the adhesives, and of course today we use epoxies to glue these things in place. Looks a little bit like Eleanor Roosevelt, huh? Or does she look more like Amelia Earhart that is aged 20 years after her plane crash? I don't know. You be the judge. Oh, I'm cooling off here, guys. It's great. Yeah, Lorraine, Gorilla Glue. Don't use Gorilla Glue. That's like the worst you can do. The way it expands, it gets brittle, it's going to break. Leave it to the professionals. You got to use flexible putties, guys. Flexible putties. That's all I'll say. Do not use Gorilla Glue. You're just doing more damage. How are you doing? Laura says, I'm doing great. How are you doing? I can start to see the screen again. I'm going to hang out here a little bit, see what you guys are saying. So pound away on the keyboard. I'll try to answer any questions. Bill Russell, RPO, did Bill Russell die? Didn't hear that. Run for the hills. There's definitely something soothing, Michael. And we are the few people that understand it. When did she die? Well, when I come back, when we walk back that way, I'll try to dart over there. I did not, on that one, I don't think I think I got the inscriptions. This is Giuseppe. Distinguished man. They all have the same mustache. He died in 1920, the Roaring Twenties, but that's an older style mustache, just like this one here. And of course, you know, they were older guys in the 1920s. This Filippo died in, I think, October 22nd, 1920. And they all had that same kind of mustache where it curls up. That's more of a, I would say, early 1900s, late 1800s style. Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, they had the handlebar, they had the straight. You'll see again, Big Jim Fisk had, and his nemesis, Mr. Stokes, they both had this mustache that came out like it was a handlebar with wax, and it came way out, but it came straight out like a line. Too bad the picture's gone here. Boy, I love this cemetery. This is really interesting. Really interesting. And I love the shade, actually, for now. Imagine the stories you would tell, Coy. Exactly, that's what I would say. Each of these stones has several family members, and they're all down there. And they, you know, imagine the exciting lives they lived, the ups and downs, the tragedies, the triumphs, I always say. Just imagine. And what's that's sad is that really they are lost to history. most of the families, I mean, very few people come here. This is third generation back, fourth generation, fifth generation. The families are not coming here anymore. See what's down this way. All right, I'm going back to the sun. Laura, do you like the cemetery? Is the picture okay, guys? I asked that like 10 times. Give me a confirmation. Oh, I just saw money from somebody. Sarah, thank you, $20. Oh no, it's 20 SEK. What's SEK? Thank you so much. Update on gravestones. Well, Jennifer Lewis is cranking away in Auburn, out in upstate New York for the Keller family. We finally got a gravestone approved that we designed custom. Joe Reinhold statue is about to be installed at Mount Carmel. That was $6,000. Thank you to the Truce working on the Ragged Stranger. We're not going to call him the Ragged Stranger. We're going to use that picture post-mortem, but I'm going to Photoshop it very carefully and just very lightly so he doesn't look dead. And then I want that etched. And we're going to call him not the Ragged Stranger, but we're going to call him the Unknown Stranger on the gravestone, because we cannot, we've done a lot of research. Britain has done a really good job, and just, we can't determine, we think we know who it is, but it can't be determined 100%. This is Conchetta. She was born in 1887 and died in 1918. What a beautiful sculpture of a beautiful woman. Look at that, it's just striking. Look at the hairstyle. Again, 1918, that's the beginning of almost the Roaring 20s. Let's find some more statues. Okay, I'm back in the heat. I'm glad you guys can see this. I'm really glad that there's just enough signal here. The signal is not good, but it's, I think, just good enough. Anthony Russo, 1879 to 1918, wife Rosario, she passed in, oh no, that's another generation. No, yeah, no, oh my gosh, she lived almost 100 years. Yeah, Rosario, 1980. Wow, 95 years old. Yeah, and there's that same mustache. Now, was that Italian men? Or was that all men who wore that? Again, the curve up. And you know, if you look really carefully, I mean, that's not just some stock kind of statue. These are all custom. Look at the bow tie. How about that, huh? Carmela, wife of Carmelo. What a beautiful. Again, they're all so unique. They're all custom made. See if we see any more busts. I see a couple. I see a couple down the line here. There's a saint over there. Maybe we'll get to see. He has a halo. I think it's Joseph holding the Christ child. And the halo is like a flying saucer. It's really neat on his head. Oh, there's some more statues and here. Let's zoom over here. Giuseppe. The same mustache. Now, this granite. Granite would have been way more sensitive to do. There's a shot of the stone. 1872 to 1923, so he was not that old when he died. But he was going bald. That is for sure. Great mustache. Great features. I wonder what the significance is where the tie is held down, not all the way up. I know that was the style. Find that interesting. I like observing details. That's why I'm kind of critical sometimes. And that comes from being an architect. We're the worst critics. We criticize everything and we notice everything. Let's see here. I thought I saw a full, oh yeah, let's go see the statue first. It's starting to cool off a little bit here, which is nice. So I had a great trip here, basically finished. I'm heading out, back home very soon. Hit all the states. I got over 20 episodes done. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the carvings underneath I'll try to zoom in on it. Look at the whole underside has floral carvings. Very nice. A lot of people here. So again, just imagine I'm down the middle of this aisle. This is just solid vaults and caskets and coffins touching side by side on both sides underground. Let's go. There's a full statue over here that I want to show you of a man. So where am I at? I'm at St. Michael Cemetery, and I am just across the street from probably the most epic cemetery maybe in Massachusetts, maybe even on the East Coast. That is Forest Hills. Have you heard of Forest Hills Cemetery? So I did 3 episodes there, but there's no signal there. Terrible signal. And I wanted to do a live stream there, but I couldn't. I didn't want to try. But this is St. Michael, maybe named after St. Michael the Archangel. I'm not sure. So here's a very simple relief of a woman, and it's hard to say. There's the etching. You want to look her up. Yeah, that would be Pasqualina. So she died in 1930, 1878 to 1930. So it's May 15th, and she died May 3rd, 1930. Almost did not make it to her birthday, just by under a couple of weeks there. That's very sad. Jeffrey likes the cemetery. Jeffrey Reed, great cemetery. Are you talking about Forest Hill? Yeah, I gotta tell you, and it is a forest in there, and the stones, the whole thing. I think the thing that stands out most about Forest Hill to me is the landscape architecture, not just the plantings and the road, the roadways and the design, but the elevations and the terracing. Really, and the way the family plots are laid out there are really well thought out. This is last name Testa, very distinguished man. Let's see if we can get a closer look there. June 21st, 1927, he died. He was born in 1871, and he's buried here with his wife Antoinette and the rest of some descendants. And it looks like we have a veteran here. So we've traveled from one corner of the cemetery to the other. I think we've covered a lot of it. Like I say, I hope the imaging turned out okay. This looks like a Civil War veteran. And he was killed in action. It says killed in battle. This is Private Ventre. He was killed in battle October 14th, 1918. He bravely laid down his life for the cause of his country. His name will ever remain fresh in the hearts of his friends and comrades. Record of his honorable BUSTS will be in the archives of the American Expeditionary Forces. He was born in Italy, and it looks like he was born in 1894 on March 25th. Wow. Somebody just sent some money. Thank you. I'm sorry I can't really read. The screen is hot out here. The screen is really bad. So now here's an interesting bust, and we're going to close it here on this. This will be our last friend. Look at that guy. Amelia? I think it's a so 1857 to 1931, 1885, 1928. I think this is him who passed in 1928, right? Fidel, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So again, if you want to come here, this is St. Michael's Cemetery, right across the street, I think to the south of Forest Hill Cemetery in South Boston. We are in the area known as Jamaica Plain, Boston. I highly recommend you guys. I highly recommend you come here. This place is phenomenal. I'm glad I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna head back now, get back to editing, and then I'm heading back home shortly. I finished everything, and I've got 21 episodes. I think you guys will like it. So thanks for hanging out with me. Hope to see you tonight on our premiere at 8 p.m. Jim Fisk and the Thorny Lover. All right, so that's it from New England. It's been a great trip, and you guys all stay safe, okay? All right, take care.